a closer look at it here. We'll cut a couple boards and then we'll go look at some other wood stuff. First crank. Let it sit, let the fuel vapors permeate the system. down inside the mill here where you can see the surface of this log. Whoops. Get this out into the garbage pile here. So, first a little bit about, people say, well, where do you get your wood? I originally bought the mill, custom mill for other people. Selling lumber in the fashion that I'm showing you here, cut it, stick it, dry it, find a buyer for it is not very lucrative. It's tough. If you got somebody ahead of time who wants to buy the lumber, and they'll buy it rough sawn right off of the log, off of the mill, then you're okay. Invariably, what do people want? They want what they can get at Home Depot. They want the ends cut square. They want them all 8 feet long exactly, or 4 feet or whatever. They want them surfaced very often, and we'll go look at surfaced wood here in a minute. And that adds hand labor so that I would have to charge way more than it costs to go buy from somebody else to really make good money at it. So I don't do much lumber sales except mostly for friends and family and other associates that, have been dealing with me for a while and have specific needs for rough sawn. I'll do that. But where there is good money is somebody's got a tree. Well, I'll show you here like we did. We had a tree to build onto the house. That tree had to go. It was in the way. So we cut it down, that big root wad right there and bottom log, that's what's left of it. And we milled the rest of it. And some of it went back into the house. People like that. If they have to clear their lot, and they have to take that big tree they really didn't want to take, or maybe they don't care, but it's like, hey, that'd be really neat if we could put that in the house. Then I show up with this mill. I can tear this whole thing apart. Oh, you can't see my trailer. It's up here loaded with firewood. I got a little 12-foot by 5-foot wide box trailer. The whole mill fits in that. I can tear it all apart, put it in there by myself in about 30 minutes, and I can have it set up and ready to cut by myself in about 40 minutes. And that's because I'm slow. My brother-in-law and I can have this thing stripped and ready to come home after a job in 10 minutes. The two people who know what they're doing. So it's highly portable, and that is a good deal, to be able to take it and mill for somebody. Because I can mill it for them at a price that I make a great daily wage, and they pay way less than what it would cost me to sell them lumber. For instance, I usually sell blue stained pine like this for 90 cents to $1 per board foot. We haven't covered board feet yet, but that's 12 by 12 by 1 inches in boards, and then in timbers it goes on up, and probably the most expensive wood I've ever sold, about $3 a board foot. I can mill for you for anywhere between 30 and 50 cents a board foot, depending on what I have to do and how far I have to travel and how big the logs are and all that sort of stuff. So everybody wins in custom milling. Somebody gets what they want, I get a good daily wage, and that's what I like to do. But leading up to where the hell these logs come from. Every once in a while, the Forest Service, I'm on their small sales list, will advertise something that I think would be pretty cool. And they advertised 4 or 5 sales in 06. One of which, this one here, had 20 cords advertised. So that's what I paid for. I actually got 30 cords of incense cedar. Because there's no cedar mills close by here on the east side. Nobody that wanted the logs for 3 log truckloads. That's not very much cedar. That's nothing in the world of big production mills. So the firewood, the cedar was sold as a firewood sale, but it was competitive bid. This sale was mixed. This was advertised at 88 cords, and it ended up being it ended up being closer to 100, but the Forest Service fire crew, who doesn't always talk to the timber sale crew, burned 5 of my log decks. They thought they were slash piles. Okay? So anyway, the Forest Service refunded me some money. So the sale was originally 88 cords. I think there was about 100. I think I got about 80.
Sorry, bee on my face.
Bee on my face. Devin, you got to step up to that bee and say, come on.
All I need is
I have to pay for it to be transported here. So, long story short, I bid on 2 sales hoping to get one of them. I bid really high on this one because I wanted the cedar badly, and I knew other people wanted it. And I just threw in a bid on that one. The minimum was $5 a cord. I'll bid 10 1/4. Why the odd numbers? Because if somebody bids 10, then you edge them out. I should have bid 10.01. Actually, I should have bid 5 because I was the only bidder on the sale. It cost me $800 and $900 instead of $450. But anyway, I got both sales, and so I hired a log truck driver, 3 different log truck drivers with self-loaders to do various stages of the job. One guy had what we call a short logger, a truck with short trailers, and so he was able to get some of the short cedar that's all gone now. And then I hired 2 other guys with full-length loggers to do the long logs. And they're down where those blue tarps are at the end, and the green tarps. There was about 10 cords down there. There was a total of 11 log truck loads here. Between this deck and that deck, there were 11 log truck loads. So I paid, firewood rates for the logs, and then I had to pay to have them hauled here. And when it all said and done, I pooled everything together and did my financial analysis. It cost me about $55 a cord to get the wood here, to buy it and get it here. Which then, if you turn around and sell it for, if we just talk cords, $1,000 a cord in finished lumber, $500 more likely, then, you're doing all right. But still, it's just tremendous hand labor. So what we ended up doing was dedicating most of the low-value logs to firewood, and that's my blue tarps over here is all my firewood. We're just about out of firewood under that blue tarp there. That's firewood under there. The rest of that, we'll saw all of that. And people look at these logs and go, oh my God, you get lumber out of this? And this is what we get. This highly distressed, beat up, crappy looking wood that nobody in the commercial wood products industry would give the time of day. But people like this. It looks cool. This is what's called buggy blue pine. So the blue is this blue stain, the blue sap stain. And we said that this is a D grade in a log that goes to a commercial mill, but it is a nice character accent in other logs, and it does not affect the strength of the wood whatsoever. So blue sap stain is a defect in money value only, appearance only from the commercial wood standpoint. Doesn't affect the structure of it at all. So the buggy part comes from all these flat-headed and round-headed wood borers that live in here, the beetles that feed on this tree. I guess I forgot to say, these logs that I bought from the Forest Service were part of the B&B fire, which was 2003, and they were roadside hazard tree salvage. So what the Forest Service did is they advertised and sold all the wood within about a tree height of the road that they figured was going to provide a hazard to the road at some point, fall on the road. And a company came in and bought it and logged it and sold most of it, but some of the logs that were chip grade, and that's all chip grade stuff. So again, the market said everything over in that pile should have gone to chip. And I could show you, I'll show you some over here. Well, no, I guess we got rid of all that. But anyway, that deck has produced a lot of really nice lumber. Some structural grade Douglas fir, some appearance grade pine, some cedar. There was a little bit of cedar in that sale too that I sold. Here you go. The cedar that was in that sale, which was about a third of a log truck load, I sold for $900 in one fence job. So I paid for that entire sale with 1/3 of one log truck load of cedar logs that were chip grade, and thrown into there.
Where can you usually keep your eye on these types of sales?
Well, you can get on the list for the Deschutes, and they have 3 lists. They have post and pull, commercial timber, and small sales. And I'm on all 3 lists. So when they come out, I get these bid letters. They send them to you electronically. You can ask for a prospectus, which gives you detailed information. The bid letter just says, hey, we're going to sell. There's about this much. It's located here. Are you interested? If you think you're interested, you send in for a prospectus, and it details how you go about bidding. Some are real small and real affordable for 2 guys with a pickup truck. And some are really big, and there was one lodgepole one that was 695 cords of fuel wood lodgepole, and I'm like, man, I could make so much money in firewood. I already have a job. And the thing that's killed me, see, I've had this wood since '06. So we've made a pretty good dent in it, mostly as firewood. Since '06, I've done about 20 cords a year, so I've done about 60 cords of this 100 and something that I got.
For your own personal firewood?
No, self. Yeah. Most years we do it on